Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Tonight, we are drinking Dunkin' coffee. If you had to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, go ahead and do so now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. I have seen some regular prices come down, and that is a good thing. That is a very good thing. We cover a lot of price changes, ways to save money at the grocery stores, with food being ridiculous in price in grocery stores all over the country. If you're new to the channel, that is what we do. We try to help save you as much money as possible while doing some other fun entertainment videos. We kind of do a little bit of everything on this channel. Thank you all for participating in the adventure. That is one thing a lot of our viewers do. Any sales and stuff that we may see in some stores, we have a lot of other viewers reverberate a lot of the different sales that they're seeing on some of the similar products in your stores around the country. So didn't want to trail too far off today, but I had a few things that I wanted to talk about. I really enjoyed shopping at St. Vincent de Paul the other day. Thank you for all of your kind comments. We do plan on visiting more thrift stores here in the future. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Saw some really cool things. Some people were mentioning things that looked like they were a really good deal, meaning probably really worth it. Today, if you remember that corner cabinet that I pointed out for $20, so I took my mom to St. Vincent de Paul because, tell me, is this just crazy? But I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she said she was looking for like a corner cabinet. Now, I had not said anything. I had not put the video out. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, what are the odds of that? I just saw this really nice corner cabinet thing at St. Vincent de Paul for $20. Okay. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, let's go check it out. So we went and checked it out, and it was a lot bigger than what she wanted. But what are the odds of that? I swear I wanted to play the lottery after that. She even mentioned that, like, what would be our odds if we played the lottery? I said, probably not good. Probably not good. Is it ever, but it was just kind of funny. And this thing was huge, and it was solid wood. It weighs like 200 pounds. I mean, I don't know if it weighs 200 pounds, but I couldn't lift it by myself, and I wasn't even going to have her try to help me lift it. I know they would put it in your car and stuff, but for where she lives, I'd have to take that thing up a lot of steps, and I really wouldn't have had any help. Not only that, but the bottom of it was kind of all busted up and everything, which normally I could fix, maybe put something together and stuff like that, but it was a little bigger than what she wanted. I just thought, the one time that I go in and search for things at a thrift store, and then just ironically, she talks about something that I literally saw at a thrift store. So it is definitely worth checking out thrift stores before you go and spend a fortune on something. We got several comments of things that people were wanting, or people that are shopping for your houses and stuff. There was one of our viewers that had mentioned, like, everything in their house. They always get compliments from their family and stuff when they come over, and that everything that they've bought, all their elegant stuff that they have in their home, is all bought from thrift stores. And that is a very awesome story. We're going to be searching for many things like this in the future. So it should be a lot of fun. Add some more fun and entertainment to the channel. But at the same time, by providing as much valuable information to some of these places as we can, so that you don't waste your money. So today I went into Kroger, and a little bit of a spoiler for tomorrow, guys, and I just want to tell you, because this video will be coming out tonight. This video will be coming out tonight, so you will be seeing this a little earlier than our video at Kroger in the morning, which will be out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you don't miss this. But guys, you do not want to miss these sales. There are some really, really good deals at Kroger this week. Now, the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal is back, but they also have a lot of dollar items, $1 items, some pasta, some other different items that are well worth it. Well worth it. Some other dollar, some dollar canned goods, different canned tomatoes, stuff like that, that are on sale for $1. Definitely worth going to Kroger this week to check some of that stuff out. No more real news as of yet. I am putting together some different things of some interesting topics that people have been leaving in the comments. Some, as far as like different food prices, I've seen some things come down. There were some things that have gone up today, but like I said, if I'm really searching for them, I could go into a store literally probably every week and find 10 to 20 items that have gone up in price. The important thing is that we buy up the sales as we see them so that we don't waste our money on some of these different sales. On some of these different overly priced items, because it is ridiculous. You know, and as far as food shortages go, it looks like it, for at least around here, a lot of the things that we've been reading and talking about that have been popping up in the news and things like this, I'm seeing things come back. I'm seeing things come back at Kroger. I've seen more meat at Kroger. We said there was going to be major shortages of meat. Not saying that it's not still a shortage where you are. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in our stores. Now, I will say Meijer seems a little short still. Pasta is an issue for a lot of people around the country. We also have some issues with eggs getting really expensive. Now, I will say this. Our egg prices are starting to come down. So let me know down in the comments if yours are, and I know a lot of people's have just been going up, but it seemed like we were some of the first people where egg prices were going up, and now we're seeing them slowly creep back down. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully yours start going down as well. We did see an increase in gas prices, which is now up to $3.17, but we did talk about that in another video. I showed that in a video where it basically went up 30 cents overnight, but the diesel prices stayed the same at $3.99, and that is what we want. We want prices to stay the same on diesel or keep going lower, because our trucks and transportation use diesel. So we want to make sure that their prices are still very low so that the products in the store stay low. That could be a little bit part of the reason why we've seen a few things drop in price, which is important. We see regular prices dropping. Hopefully we'll start seeing better sales. Not really too sure on that. I do feel like there's a lot of trickery in the stores these days with all these low prices, but they're not low prices. They're regular sales. And we want to make sure that we keep that in the back of our mind moving forward, because, you know, we want to make sure that we're not being tricked. We want to make sure that they're, you know, because they will. A lot of these stores, and I'm not just saying Kroger, a lot of these stores will do little mind games to try and get you to think that this is the norm. It is not the norm. This is something that they are doing to persuade you in ways, right? They're getting a little bit more tricky than saying 3 for $5. If you see 3 for $5 at somewhere like Kroger, chances are it is never 3 for $5. You can buy as many items as you want, or you can buy one item for $1.67 as long as you use your Kroger Plus card. So that was the second topic of the evening here. I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened at Kroger today, some of the thrifting options. I do plan on visiting some other thrift stores. I know I got a lot of comments on Goodwill being very expensive. I kind of looked online, and a lot of you guys are right. It seems like a lot of the different things that they are selling, especially online, are pretty pricey for some thrifting items. So I do plan on visiting Goodwill nonetheless, just to check in and see what's going on, see if I can find any good deals. And, you know, I do plan on visiting many others as we go moving forward. We do plan on, you know, checking out Aldi here in the next few days, maybe Sam's Club, some other different places, check on some of those prices, make sure they are staying the same or hopefully lowering some. And if not, you know, we will move forward and we will just keep buying up the sales as we see them, because that is what we have to do in order to save money on food these days. I say that pretty much in every video I do, because I want to make sure that we are well reminded that that is the best case scenario in saving money in the future. And for new viewers that have come to the channel, to make sure that you know that that is, and I, you know, as to where I kind of look at it is, that's how I've always shopped. So, but I understand a lot of people don't, and the world is changing. The prices are changing. It's getting harder and harder. I talked to a girl today that I knew at Kroger, and she was saying how she has to move because she can't afford her place anymore, and it's just like, wow. We started talking about grocery prices and stuff like that, of course, and it's just everything, guys, everything. We got to watch what we're spending. We got to make sure that every which way we can save a little bit in every way we can, and that is what we're doing on the channel here, and expanding out a little beyond that, because we want to find other ways of just doing things, having fun, entertainment, you know, because I have to provide. I will tell you this, and it's a real quick story, okay? I really enjoyed doing that video at St. Vincent de Paul. And it wasn't just because it was an awesome thrift store that had great prices and it looked like a treasure trove in there. Okay. It was because I was excited to be there. I was not saying that I'm not excited to be in the grocery stores and do the shopping and everything, but it was like, there wasn't one thing I could say bad, right? There wasn't one thing that was, you know, it was just exciting to do. Looking around, seeing things, checking things out. It was new. You know, it was a lot of fun. And I got a couple comments from you guys that have said this is the best video that I've ever done. And I got to tell you, it really made me feel good. Really made me feel good because this is one that I really enjoyed doing. Now, I really enjoy doing videos with Jess when she has time to do them. Like when we go on our excursions and our little trips and everything like that, we're going to start doing more videos on some of the other things we do when we're on these trips. Not just shopping, but things we do. Maybe some food reviews, take you with us, show you some of our lives of things that we do to have fun, you know, because these are things that we need to put into the channel as well. These are things that we started doing when we first started the channel here. But, you know, we want to make sure that we have the informative, you know, information out here, fourth and most upfront and central. Upfront and center. Sorry. But it was really exciting. It was entertaining. It was fun, you know, and it wasn't something that, and I know what you mean. Somebody had said something about, you know, a lot of thrift channels and stuff, which I don't really watch. But how people are buying things and reselling and doing stuff and selling on eBay. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool. That's not me. I'm in there looking at things to buy for myself and just cool stuff for cheap. Right? Or stuff like I bought my mom a gravy boat, right? Like I knew she needed a gravy boat. She wanted one. I found an awesome one for $2. Something else that's really cool about that gravy boat that I bought, there was the same design. I don't know how old it is, but it was the same design on the gravy bowl of what her grandma, my great grandma, had on her different like china and stuff, or different cookware and stuff. So to give you an idea of how old that design is, that's coming back by the 1800s, right? I mean, this is a long time ago. So obviously that thing was not that old, but it's interesting that that design on that gravy bowl has held the test of time because, yeah, I don't know how old it is, but if I had to guess, I'd say probably 30, 40 years. But that design, you know, really held true. And I just think that's really cool, you know, and it's inspiration to like go and search. You know, how many of you out there watch some of these shows? Me and Jessica love watching the Storage Wars. Storage Wars, if you've never seen that, it's fun to watch. After a few episodes, you know, it's like you got to kind of take a break from it. But it's fun because these guys go and they buy these big storage units, right? And you buy them like you can only look inside. You can't go in, move things around. You just have to buy it as is, basically. And then it's like an auction, okay? And then it's fun watching, like, the things they get out of this. And that's kind of the feeling that I had when I was at St. Vincent de Paul yesterday. I was like, this kind of feels like Storage Wars. Like, I mean, even some of the things, like, okay, so if you haven't watched the St. Vincent de Paul video, I will put it in the little window right here at the end of this video so you can watch it. But a couple of the things that I went over in that video are gone. And I literally think people watched my video and went to the store, went to St. Vincent de Paul and bought them. Like that, there was like a Mickey Mouse thing. And I had a feeling, I was like, that looks kind of old. And it was only $5. I showed the price. Sure enough, that thing is gone. And then that M&M jukebox thing was gone too. So, and it wasn't replaced or anything. I will say this though, like when me and my mom went to look at that corner cabinet thing, we thought it was gone. They had actually moved it up front because they told us that if you're in the back, if it's in the back and they feel like it's better suited up front, or if they're really trying to get rid of it quickly, they'll move some of the things that aren't as like big and clunky like up front. So it was up front, like near the jewelry area and the charitable pharmacy and all that. But they had it in the window, and it was like, I was looking at it again, and I was asking her, she's like, well, it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And I said, well, let me see it, you know, and I tried to lift this thing. It was like, this thing solid Like, I don't know. I don't think it was oak, but I'll tell you what. I mean, it's solid. And that is worth well more than $20. The bottom of it is kind of chewed up, you know, and she just didn't really want it because it is very big. And then once I couldn't even lift it, you know, she was pretty much like, eh. So, I don't know. It was a really good time. And plan on doing more thrifting videos here in the future. But again, guys, Kroger, I know I'm kind of bouncing back and forth in this video, but I had a lot of stuff to say. Kroger's got some good deals going on. And thank you to one of our viewers who mentioned that. I was kind of hyped me up because it was a viewer who knows, you know, has been on the channel for a long time. And I was like, okay, there's going to be some good sales because yes, I can look at the preview ad. Anytime people leave comments like this all the time, like, well, you know what's going on because you look at the preview ad. No, I don't. I don't. Even years from today, I don't look at the preview ad. I go in there like, so I go in there blindly. I go in there because I enjoy the element of surprise, right? Plus, I have a mental list going on of things that people are asking me about, things to check out, different things. But I like going in there really not knowing. Now, if you leave it in the comments, sometimes I'll scroll over and be like, oh, okay, butter. Gotta make sure and check out the butter, which is on sale this week at Kroger. Another spoiler. $2.99 for the Kroger butter. So, again, you know, it's like I want to feed some of this information out here. I'm letting you know right now, and I don't, without spoiling most of the video, okay? Because I don't want to spoil the video, because it was fun. Kroger was another I feel like doing that video at St. Vincent de Paul the other day kind of inspired me to put some more enjoyment and entertainment into it. You know, and sometimes that's hard to do. You know, when you're looking around and all you see is prices that have gotten ridiculously overpriced, and we did see some today, right? But tried to put the full focus on all of the great deals going on because that is what's more important. It's like, yes, prices are just going to keep going up no matter what we do. There's no... I'm convinced that nothing's coming down to the point to where we want to see them come down, but there are some things coming, you know, it's like we're seeing things come down like 10 cents on the regular price. And if we look back to where these things started going up, they were going up 10, 20 cents at a time. And then we had that huge surge last year that pretty much killed it all when everything was going up $1 or more on pretty much every product. So... and yes, a lot of things have doubled, and, you know, we need to see things come down a lot more than they are, but anything at this point is better than nothing. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to check out the St. Vincent de Paul video, if you haven't already, I will leave that right here for you. Have a great night.